We live in a world that's just changed a lot, and it's complex. And I think it's messy, and there's a lot of things going on in the world. But I think because of that, some people who have left, they see that there's something missing, in their life, and they see at the Catholic Church. I mean, like people have known that instinctively. Like I've been a Catholic all my life, and if I would have left, I have a Catholic conscience, so I would have known that this is where I really need to be. And so we know there's a lot of people like that who know, like in their heart of hearts, I need to be here. So we find that, and it's a beautiful thing. Like when somebody comes back, and it's kind of like, this is where I'm meant to be. And of course it is. So yeah, I think we're going to see more of that because the world is offering all kinds of things, all the time, but people get tired of that and they want truth. And so it's a wonderful opportunity, really. The Catholics Turning Home program is designed for people who have fallen away from the church for whatever reason that might be. It could be because over the years they fell away. It could be because something happened to them. It could be because somebody hurt them. Probably not intentionally, but hurt by the church, hurt by someone else within it, divorced, and have other ideas about that, like I'm divorced, so I'm excommunicated. Many people will say that. Help them understand that's not true. Let's help you through that. We have. Some people have gone through like even annulments and things and gotten their marriage, recognized in the church, and it's helped them kind of come back to understand that properly. There's lots of misunderstandings about people that have fallen away from the church. So this is an opportunity to kind of dig into that with them and say, this is the truth.
When I left the Catholic Church, which I really didn't leave, years ago I got a divorce and was basically told that I couldn't come back. And not being able to receive the sacraments was huge for me. I get emotional even about it now, but anyways, when I did the Catholics Returning Home program and my dad was with me, it just felt right. It did feel like I was home again, and then the first time receiving the sacraments was just emotional, and I knew that I was home again.
So this is really an opportunity to bring people in. It's a small group of people to talk about their faith journey, really, and to kind of go back to some of the basics and the essentials of Catholicism with them and help them to feel reintegrated into the community. One kind of builds on another. Like we'll kind of walk through we'll talk about their story, kind of what happened to them.
The very first meeting that I was at, they asked me, why did you leave? And I said, well, it's not because I wanted to. And so when we were talking about that, and I thought, okay, I haven't healed all those parts yet. I thought I had, but I hadn't. And so going through that process is what helped me. That's what truly helped me.
And then we're going to walk through the sacraments particularly and help integrate them back into that. Because what we find is that things have changed in the church. Since some people have left, even the prayers, some of them are different, and it can be very uncomfortable for people. You can't just throw someone back in and say, here, come back. You could, but this is a much more welcoming opportunity to talk to people about what's happened, since you left, or what are your misunderstandings about things. So there's a lot that goes on in those 6 weeks. It is very informal, and there's lots of opportunity for questions. The goal is to make it kind of family-oriented, really. And I think that people feel like that when they are part of that. I know last year it was a small group of people. I think there were 3 or 4, but I can say they felt comfortable sharing things and talking about things. So we know we're not going to have a huge group. We really don't want that. It's more of an intimate thing where people can really feel welcomed and understood. So that's really important. Like the last time this happened, where somebody came back and people recognized him, and it wasn't a judgmental thing. It was actually like, wow, it's so great to see you. And that was the most powerful thing for this person. They were like, people recognized me. They didn't judge you. You know, they didn't say, where have you been? But it was more like, man, it's great that you're back. So that was powerful to hear that. So one of the things that we do is we try to help reintegrate someone. Like, we get practical with them. You know, for instance, like, people will say that, what do I need to do? Well, one of the things that people need to do, and this isn't to freak anybody out, but it is to like make a good confession. So we have a whole session talking about that with people, because that's changed for people even. You know, if someone hasn't been to confession for 30 years, well, one of the priests sits down with them, not in some dark room or whatever people think, and goes through a confession with them. And really, that's a big part of it, coming back to the church. And then we help them prepare to go back to Holy Communion, which is a great thrill for people. So, I mean, that's what it looks like practically, like, you know, here you are. And then we try to get people plugged into other things that we got going on in our parish, obviously. So, because that's what we find. Once people get back into it, then their hunger is built back up. They want more. That's kind of our goal.
I think that's probably what hurt me the most is I was playing then, years ago, and not being able to do that is just a hole, because that is, I feel like, I know it's a gift. My music is a gift from God, and so not being able to give back in that way, that was huge. And now, I love it. I absolutely love it. I'm home again. Just to take the first step, to go to one of the Catholics Returning Home meetings or get in touch with a priest and just have a casual sit down with them. Because I've learned along the years that the priests are just human beings like us. And they just want us to have that personal relationship with Jesus Christ. And I just had to take that first step. And once I did, I knew I was on the right journey. I knew I was on the right road.
We have a lot of people that come back to church like at Christmas time. But for some people, it's a deeper level of coming back, like coming back to stay. And so that can be a great moment for someone, like a real, I call it a real Christmas gift for oneself, you know, really. So that's our hope.